Hello and welcome guys to another Guardians of Wilt-Shire video. I'm Dewi.
And I'm Luke.
And we're going to be talking through our Ardacon tournament and this review of the weekend in general. We'll probably do a part 2 on the doubles afterwards because we had such a good time.
Doubles needs a whole other video for what happened.
Doubles does need another video. But first we'll talk you through what we took. It was a 600 point tournament and there was different categories, so you could take different armies. I decided to take all from one faction, and so did Luke.
Yep, same here.
So I'll run you through mine quickly. We have Dewi and Luke on Felbeast, with 4 orcs with shield, 4 with shield and spear, no, 5 with shield and spear. A shaman with a banner which has got a shield and a spear. 5 orcs with shields, 3 with shield and spear, and then a shade with a cave troll, 4 with shield, 5 with shield and spear.
Pretty decent.
Nice on my list.
I took pure high elf force, no Rivendell Knights or anything. So from the old Ardacon and Rivendell list and 3 peoples. I took twins on horse with heavy armour, obviously. And then I proxied 2 high elf captains with shield as Rivendell Knights here, and they both led the same warband of 4 warriors with elven blade, 4 with spear shield, and 4 with elf bow. So not hugely competitive, but sort of nice, straightforward.
Nice themed list.
Nice themed list, nice straightforward for me. Yeah, pretty good I think.
Perfect. Right, the aim of our weekends was. Mine was to get 3 wins for the start. That was my aim.
That was your target, yeah.
Because I've been to a tournament before, and my army's not. It's not nice to play against because of the shade, the Dewi and Luke.
It's horrible.
With the extra Might Will Fate, the banner, the shaman, and then the cave troll just to add a little bit more punch. But they are both standard orcs. However, they are all defense 5.
Gee, you could have done quite well.
I could have done
3 wins was doable.
3 wins was my aim. 3 wins was my aim.
As for me, this is my first ever tournament. Going to Ardacon was a bit of a
Unknown.
jump. Yeah, against the unknown. So my goal was basically 2 wins out of the 6. I'd be very happy, seeing as it's not a hugely competitive force. My first tournament, 2 wins. That's the goal for me.
That's perfect. Right, I started off against Dimitri. I think he was one of the French or Belgians who came over. I can't exactly remember. But he had an Isengard force, which had a Varashku, Malher, and a captain, and just some crossbows, some ferals, a couple of berserkers, and then just Urukai warriors. And the first game was High Ground.
Yes.
High ground.
High ground.
Yes, because it wasn't the Maelstrom of Battle, it was high ground. So there's leader kills, there's breaking, and just general getting to the middle. And in that game, I played on a lovely Goblin Town board. It wasn't using the Goblin Town scenery; it was using just wooden planks,
Custom built.
Custom built, which was lovely to play on, but horrible to play on at the same time. Because the platforms weren't completely secure and they kept falling, and the Dewi and Luke was trying to fly on top of all of them, which was a nightmare. Essentially, first turn I transfixed and charged Varashku with the Dewi and Luke and got the leader kill straight away. First turn, job done. Yeah, pretty brutal. And then by the end of the game, I'd only lost 3 models. 2 being orcs and 1 being the cave troll because he got trapped on a platform surrounded by Malher and about 4 Urukai. So in all, my game finished 34-8.
Wow.
Which was a nice solid start for me.
High ground, that's a big
For high ground, I managed to get everything that I had left in, which was 28, plus the broken and the leader kills, and he didn't get either on me. Wow. So it was a nice start.
Nice one for you. My first game was against Luke O'Reilly. He was with the Team Ireland Irish Hobbit League. Very nice man. He brought a sort of Harad Mordor mix. So he had Undyne on Fell Beast as his leader, I think. Shagrat War Leader, leading a warband of Moranins, mix of shield and spear. And then a Taskmaster leading who was it? Black Moonorians, all with shield.
Oh god.
So all defense 6 across the board. Terror Claws in,
which isn't too bad.
It's not too bad for me, Courage of Elves. So yeah, we both set up quite a way away from the middle, to be fair. We didn't want to rush in too soon. Obviously, first game, we both want to just settle in and see how things went. As the turns went on, the Undying tried to transfix the twins on 2 occasions, I believe, and on both of them, they both resisted with 1 dice on a 6.
Oh, that's nice.
So that was cheeky. So by the time the lines clashed, the twins were free to roam about, do heroic combats, which is what they're supposed to do. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off for them as they just couldn't kill. With a defense 6, they only need 5s, but they just couldn't manage to do it for some reason. Dice wasn't going my way. The same with the fights with normal guys. Winning the fights, could not wound.
It's probably best to say now that your leader was one of your higher.
Oh yes, my leader was not one of the twins, because my plan for the weekend was just chuck them in, get the kills, break the opponent, that was it. The leader was one of the higher captains, yeah, just because I had the other one to do correct moves and stuff. The other one was there just to...
Your twins were a bit of a just try and kill as much as possible.
Just try and kill, yeah. Get in there, use all their might to try and get wounds on leaders, stuff like that. As the fights went on, the ones that I was winning, I couldn't kill. The ones that he was winning, he was killing every single time.
Oh dear.
So...
That's not good.
Even the defense 6 guys of shield and spear, they were going down easily. So I think by the time the lines met in the middle, I think I was definitely broken. My leader had a wound somehow. I don't know how that happened. I must have chucked him in by accident. So he was running away just to avoid the leader kills. I think I got nowhere near breaking. I think I killed 5, 6 models max.
Oh,
I nearly killed Shagrat with one of the twins, but the game ended before I could actually do anything to him.
Oh dear.
I think on the second to last turn, because I was broken and my leader was running away from everyone, he flew the Undying on Fell Beast, drained courage.
On your leader?
On my leader.
Oh dear.
So on the next turn, because he was still within 12 inches, so it was another -1 to his courage. I think he used his will point to resist the transfix early in the game. Used his might as well. Comes to courage test, 1 and a 2. He's gone. And that's it.
That's not good.
So yeah, I think at the end of the game I lost 22-9, which there's a big gap. Which
it could have been more.
It could have been more. I got all the 9 points I had were from enemies or from my models in the middle. His leader was Undying, so I couldn't do anything to him, and I got nowhere near breaking him. So I got 9 models in the middle at the end of the game, and I think that was probably all I had left on the table. So yeah, that was game 1 for both of us. You had your win, which was
nice
a good start for you.
Yeah.
I had quite a big loss. So
not as big as some of the ones.
Not as big as some of the losses that were on there.
I was plus 26 VPs, but we heard of plus 40s.
Yeah, top tables were plus 40 odd.
Plus 40s, high 30s.
That was because they were hobbits, and the hobbits just swarmed into the middle and stayed there.
Right, game 2, I was on table 7, I think it was, because of my high VPs.
I was way down the bottom.
And I played Mark Furness. The first time I met the bloke, absolutely lovely guy. It was Reconnoiter, which was obviously a slightly strange one, and we started. The deployment was a bit. I favoured my right hand side, as I saw he placed his crossbows on his right hand side, so my left, and then he also had. So it was Rashkus and crossbows. Then he had Thryden on horse with about 6 to 8 berserkers and 4 to 6 Uruk-hai pikemen, and then he had the Witch King on foot, just on foot, leading 6 Blackguard and 6 orcs with spear. So it's kind of a bit of a mismatch, but it was a strong force if it did what it needed to do. But I think his Witch King only had 12 to 14 will. I want to say 12. I think he had 3 might, and maybe 1 or 2 fate. But that wasn't an issue to me, because of the Drummer Lake, and you sack Will's 12 inches anyway, and his aura's 12 inches. You got to 12 inches, and it was if he tries to resist, then it's might possibly double up, and then if you still fail to resist, you still have the D3+1 for Sack Will.
Yeah.
So I knew early on, get the Witch King out of the way, and then I could deal with it. So as the game went on, we clashed near this hobbit hole. All of my force versus about 2/3 of his, because his crossbows I just let them run down the board. There was no way I was going to stop them, and if they got close, they were going to actually do some damage, especially to like the cave troll or something like that, where they only need like 5s.
Oh yeah.
So my aim was just get stuck in, try and I managed to get rid of the ring wraith just before the lines clashed, I think.
That's quite.
And we were right near the edge of the board table. So the game went on just slugging out. He got his crossbows off, and then the Drummer Lake went into 1 or 2 combats, and then he flew over the top as some guys splintered off to run towards the board edge, as I saw we were running out of time. And he charged an orc, and then a spearman went and supported that orc as well. So it was 2 orcs versus the Drummer Lake. And 3 dice on the charge for me, and 2 dice for him, a much lower fight, and he won the fight. So 2 dice to wound the Drummer Lake, rolls the first 2, something and a 6. So he's got his 6, and then he uses another 4 because it's 6s by 4s. He gets the 4. Okay, right, I've got 2 fate, it'll be perfectly fine. No, I roll a 3 and a 1. So me and Mark stood there in amazement as a lowly orc spearman had skewered the Drummer Lake, which completely it threw the game. Not through the game, but it looked like I was going to win, and then suddenly it swung. And it was, okay, right, now I need to win, so I need to rush more people off.
Yeah.
By that point, all the Blackguard were gone. I think Thryden was just chilling around, and I was just managing to get a guy on him or getting people in the way so he couldn't next turn. And it was just trying to pin him and get guys off. But we ran out of time. If I'd had another 10 minutes, 2 turns, I would have got another 8 to 10. Well, yeah, it was about 6 to 10 off, which would have won me the game. But I lost 11-7 in the end. But a very good game. Me and Mark thoroughly enjoyed it, and unfortunately it came down to a couple of dice rolls, and I think I worked it out. It's something silly like after the fight, so not including the dual roll, to roll a 6 followed by a 4 highest followed by 2 under 4s is something like 2%. It's very, very low, so I can't complain. It was a very good game. It came down to a little bit in time, which is something I learned from. So yeah, 1 from 1 after 2, 1 and 1 after 2 for me.
That's good. My second game was against Crispin Farbrother. I can't remember what team he was from, but he was from, I think it was one of the teams in the south. He brought a Mordor list, so his leader was the Troll Chieftain with another troll and a mixture of orcs with shield and spear. And his other warband was a budget wraith. I think he was maxed out, and then he was leading just random orcs as well, shield and spear. So obviously it was reconnoiter. I decided on this one, because his force was relatively small as well, to split my force. So I had my leader's warband and the twins deploy on the right hand side. He then deployed Troll Chieftain on his right, so my left, so opposite sides. I then deployed my other warband opposite the Troll Chieftain, and then he deployed his wraith in the same place. So see, I had a split, which is good for reconnoiter, so I can get some people off.
Keep some on.
As the turns played out, I decided with my warband that wasn't my leader to just hold back a bit, because I had 4 shots to go. So I thought I might be able to pick off some orcs, get some numbers off the table, so we can get the points when it gets them off. As he came towards me, I thought, actually, I'm going to try and get Troll Chieftain out of the way. If I can just cause a cheeky wound.
Was he his leader?
He was his leader, yes. So I can get a cheeky wound on him, that would do me fine. After 2 rounds of shooting, with 4 shots in each turn, 2 wounds on a Troll Chieftain. Failed his fate on the first one.
Oh. So it's literally 1 fate.
1 fate.
No fate, 1 wound.
No fate, 1 wound, as our lines clashed. I didn't go after any of the orcs after the first wound. Obviously, I thought, I'm going to go for a Troll Chieftain here, she can get a cheeky kill. But yeah, 2 wounds on him, so I was happy about that. And on the other side of the board, he decided, right, I need to sort this out. He split his force, so the wraith and the other troll came along just to block off. The wraith tried to do a few transfixes. As I was quite far away, I thought, especially on my leader as well, trying to transfix my leader. I'm going to leave it for now, because he's not in any danger at the minute. The only danger, only way if I resisted it, I could get him further up the board and try and get him off. So I thought I'll leave it for that, not resist. I think on the 4th turn, the lines clashed and combat started. On the side with the Troll Chieftain and my captain, it was just literally, he got his Troll Chieftain in, barged and just took stuff out.
Makes sense.
Especially the archers as well, because he wanted to go after them, so he caused 2 wounds on his leader. So he got them out of the way. My captain decided to take just some normal Elven Blade guys off to the side to try and get some points off the board, because there was a gap. So I think he did 2 heroic marches after that, just to get them up on the board. On the other side, with the troll and the wraith, he decided to leave the troll and a few orcs and send everyone else to the board edge to get them off, because this was only halfway through the game. I think I decided to take my leader off the combats and get him off the board, just in case.
Deny
leader points. So he went off. Twins and my guys absolutely demolished the orcs that were left there.
Perfect.
So I think there was only the troll left on one orc spearman after a round of combat. So after that,
walk them off.
After that, no, I decided to go in for the kill. So I brought my captain back, called a heroic combat on the one orc that I had the twins supporting as well. So that orc was gone. I decided, once he won that, the twins charged the troll. One of them called a heroic strike before as well. So they were all fired.
Perfect.
The captain went off again, so I was at board edge. Twins went in, and I think they caused 2 wounds on the troll in that turn of combat.
Oh, that's nice.
So after that turn, it was everything was all over the place. So I had no guys on my board edge left really, so they were all wiped out by the Troll Chieftain, the Orcs. So I think he got all those guys off there. Over with the troll combat, everyone else walked up. The twins stayed on the troll. Another heroic strike killed the troll. So I think there was about 20 minutes left on time,
Yeah.
so we decided there's no way I'm coming back to kill him, he's not coming back to kill me, so we just said, let's rush through it, get all our models off if we can.
Yeah.
There's no way we're going to, because
There's
I was broken, he was broken.
There's no point really.
I couldn't kill his leader, he couldn't kill mine.
Yeah.
So we decided, yeah, fair enough, to get everyone off the board, and I think it came out that I won 11, I think it was 11-8 or 11-9.
Oh, perfect.
So it was pretty close.
So both 1 from 1, huh?
Both 1 from 1. I got my first ever tournament win.
Both 1 on 1. So not too bad.
So yeah, that was
our game 2.
That was game 2. It was an exciting round for both of us.
Yes, very tense.
In different ways.
So then we came to game 3.
Game 3.
And I was paired up against Nathan Ward of Old Toby, I think he was.
Okay.
I think he was the Yorkshire, because there was a Yorkshire and a Lancashire group,
Yes,
which I noticed, and I'm pretty sure he was part of the Yorkshire group, with Mark. And he had the Shadow Lord on horse,
Okay.
with some Ranons, Cardouche and some Ranons, a Spectre, and Shelob.
Ooh.
Oh, and Gorbag.
Oh
I thought
wow,
that was
so we
good.
got...
So we had, yeah, so we had
heroes, isn't it?
yeah, well, you had Fury and Fireball with Cardouche, you had 3 Might with Gorbag, you had the Shadow Lord. So our game, it was Hold Ground.
Whole ground game 3, yeah.
And this game, yeah, he managed to get one on his board edge, I got one in my corner, then he got another one on his board edge, and I got, then this is where the Shaman rolls like a 3, and he would have deployed right behind his guys, and I was like, I'm going to use my only point of might, which I normally use for Channel Fury,
Just to make sure.
just to make sure he doesn't die. So I got the Shaman to come near me, and luckily the Drumlake came on around my corner as well.
Yeah.
And he had one that I put in the far corner. But essentially, we met on the battle lines. We met just my side of the middle. But by this point, turn 3, I think. So by the time we got close,
Yeah.
I managed to use 1 sap will and get 5 will out of Shelob. 5 out of the 6 will because I went in and it doubled up and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was horrible. He was slightly surprised. And then the Shadow Lord and the Drummer Lake had a sap will off. And it was
You came out on top.
well, what happened was I tried. It was very near the end. I was on about 6 will, I think, 6 or 7, and he was on about 5, maybe 4. 2 dice, sat will, 3 plus, easy. Been casting it the whole time, and I get a 1 and 2. If I had 1 point of might, I would have thrown it at it, but obviously the Drum Lake has none. I would have thrown it at it because then he was on that risky, does he throw 1 at it, double up, and then doesn't resist and all of that.
Yeah.
And I didn't cast it, which was just a nightmare. So in the end, I think we both sat willed each other off the table on the same turn or something like that. Neither was alive, or it was something like I managed to get sap will at him again and had about 2 or 3 will remaining, and was locked in combat with something. All around, it was really weird because all around, either I was winning the fight to the shade, or he was winning the fight just because he was rolling better. But not many of us were dying. The dead piles at the end weren't very big, and I don't think either of us was broken.
Wow.
The Cave Troll and Shelob decided to just be affectionate to each other. Whoever won the fight didn't wound.
I'll leave it for that.
Every time. They literally fought each other to a standstill with nothing going on, no wounds on either. It was just quite comical, actually.
Wow.
Cardouche's Fury helped him a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't remember whether I ended up casting Fury or not. Because
I think you did.
Because it was a weird one. I wasn't sure what to use and all of that. So I think I just used him to throw transfix at something or something like that. But because he pushed over my side, getting to the middle on hold ground was more difficult.
Yeah.
And near the end, he started to swing back a bit to get more in, and I started to push round. And eventually, it was a 25-20 loss to me. Which, again, it came down to another. I don't want to make it seem like an excuse, but it came down to another dice roll. If it was a 3+, the game would have gone not drastically differently, but it would have changed the thing. The drum leg would have been left with left with like 4 will, and I could have sat with Cardiff, or something like that, or try and hurt Shelob. So it was just the battle lines met, and that was it.
That was it for you.
That was it. It was trying to fight through Moran's.
Oh, nice.
That was the other thing. He was winning everything on 5s because he's strength 4.
You were 6s.
And I was winning everything on 6s, and it just wasn't happening for me. But again,
another close game.
Another close game, but I can't complain.
My game 3, I'm really struggling to remember the guy's name now. I apologise if you're watching this and you remember who he played. He had an Easterling force, which was Kamal on Fell Beast, Amber on horse, Captain on horse. There was a few Black Dragon pikemen and a few cataphracts, one with a wardrobe.
Ooh.
So he could get
Just
across the board if he needed to, especially on hold ground as well.
Yeah.
So the way deployment worked out, my first warband was on my left hand corner. He then deployed on my right hand corner with Kamal.
Yeah.
I then rolled really badly. I think I rolled was it a 2 or 3 or something like that. So he deployed my twins on the other side of the board.
Oh no.
And then his next warband came again with Kamal. I think it was Amber with Kamal. Then my last warband luckily joined up with this one, so I had a bit of backup.
And just
from
twins by themselves.
Twins over there trying to get over and sort something out. And then I think his final warband deployed just further up, halfway up the board to try and stop the twins. I actually played out quite well. I managed to get everything into the middle somehow, not losing too many casualties. I think I shot 3 or 4 pikemen down before anything happened.
I was going to say, you either go for pikemen or cataphracts, really.
Yeah, I left the cataphracts for just because I had the higher fight.
Yeah.
So just in case they come up against a shield guy, I could shield and win the fight. By the time we both got into the middle around the same time, Kamal was trying to take down my leader, so I sung him away and replaced him with the other captain.
Oh yes.
That captain was my man of match that game. Every time Kamal used his special rule to get up to fight 6, guy shielded, rolled a 6, he rolled a 5. It was at one point, it was Kamal charged in, and I think it was at least 2 or 3 cataphracts on the one captain.
Yeah.
He was so hell-bent on killing that captain because I'd held him off so long. Again, he went up to fight 6, this time he rolled a 6. I shielded, rolled a 6, roll off, Elven Blade, 3.
That's cheeky, that is.
He won me that game because he tied up Kamal for so long, used his will up.
Oh, did he pop?
Or
did he nearly pop?
I think he nearly popped. By the time he was down to 3 will, he thought, nah, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to back away. I think he tried to transfix someone, just to keep him away from the middle of the board at the end of the game. But yeah, he stayed around, I think. I managed to get his captain off his horse on the ground miles away from the middle. And I think I managed to cause a wound, a cheeky wound on Amber with my normal warriors. Twins just smashed through all of his normal guys and the cataphracts. So we were quite close in the middle, but I'd broken him, but he hadn't broken me. So I had the points there. His leader was, his leader was Kamal, so he he didn't do anything, so I didn't do anything to him. He didn't do anything to my leader either. I think I won. I think it was like 16-12 or something like that.
Oh, that's not too bad.
But the dice rolls went in my favour.
Perfect.
If that captain had gone down because he was in the middle, he could have then moved all of his guys up and pushed me back, so I couldn't stay in the middle.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, that was a good win for me. So I was on my 2 wins.
You'd got your 2 wins.
2 wins
3 games.
in 3 games. They were very close wins. I was still on minus victory point difference by quite a lot, but I got my wins.
I was still plus by quite a lot because I only had.
Yeah, you've lost 2.
I lost by 5 and 4. So yeah, after 2 games, Luke was 2 and 1, and I was 1 and 2, which was mine was just unlucky dice rolls.
Yeah,
but
mine were lucky dice rolls. So now we go into game 4,
which was to the death.
To the death.
Because I remember I had a banner, which was I was like, oh yes, banner, and I played Hector Bloggs, lovely young man, lovely, and he had Rumil, Galadriel, Gimli. Then he had about 8, I want to say 8 Iron Guard, maybe 10, and then backed up by what else?
Oh, right, okay.
And then he had 1 Galadrim with a banner and a Sentinel.
A Sentinel, okay.
So already looked like it was going to be a bit of a tricky game because of the Sentinel sending people away and Galadriel and whatever. But luckily by turn 2, the Dwemer had managed to take all of Galadriel's might and will.
Wow.
Which was just amazing. It was just phenomenal. But he'd sung at the shade, so made that run back like 9-12 inches. So by the time the lines clashed, because I just went straight for him, Channel Fury was up. It was just awesome. And then, so the lines clashed, with the Iron Guard at the front and the spears behind, and I managed to get my cage troll onto the end of one, onto the end of the line, hurled down the line, and held the Dunlake back a bit. And the lines just clashed, it was just general fighting. He had Rumel on the far side, the opposite side to my cave troll, Gimli in the middle, just right at the front. Right at the front,
doing
just
what he does.
Not really caring. And then I flew the Dunlake over, which was far too soon. Far too soon. He had about 9 will left, which was a mistake at the time, because then about 2 turns later, Gimli called a heroic move. I've got no might. He gets on the Dunlake, he kills the Dunlake, which was annoying. But then this is where it went all funny, because I kept killing stuff because of the shade and the banner. Shade, banner, reroll. Oh, it's a horrible combination.
Nice for you, but horrible.
Oh yeah, lovely for me, and lots of little tricks. So by the time the shade got back, the cave troll was 9 inches away because he'd sung him away or like compelled him away. It was just like, it was just like, I need both of them there. But I managed to get to his banner. By the end of it all, I managed to get to his banner and kill his banner.
Okay, so that's what
because I managed to force it away, so I'd got some VPs from that.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, it was something like I got 3 VPs for breaking him, and he didn't break me.
No.
And this was This was hilarious because for about 3 turns he needed to kill. The last 3 turns he needed to kill 1 more orc, and he had Gimli and Rumel still alive.
And he didn't.
And Iron Guard.
Oh god, that's bad.
So everything I could, I shielded with.
Yeah.
The shade.
Yeah.
The banner was there, so I was doing that. And then Gimli caused 2 wounds on an orc. Fury.
Oh no.
Double 6. Double 6. Absolutely amazing. My man of the match for that one was the Shaman by far.
Yeah,
he saved at least 10 wounds. At least 10 wounds.
And that would have broken you.
Oh yeah, I would have been well been
That would
broken.
have been well broken.
The drum light wasn't there. The shade was here, there, and everywhere. In the end, I was charging the shade in and the troll in.
Oh
and
God.
just trying to get enough dice that I could win the fight with enough dice,
Yeah.
or shield. Having shields on everyone, that was so helpful. Rumel with a shade around, he has no might. He rolls a 6, down to a 5, shield 6. So that went on for about 3 turns, and I killed a couple in that time. I just targeted the elves. Trying to kill the elves.
Yeah.
Trying to kill the elves. The cave troll was throwing stuff and barging and
God.
this, that, and the other. But in the end, Galadriel didn't take a wound, from what I remember, and it was something like I got 3 points because he was broken, I wasn't. 2 for the banner.
2 or 1, yeah, something like that.
I killed his banner.
You get a point for your banner.
Yeah, it was something like that, and then I can't remember what the other ones were, but essentially I won 6-3, which was awesome. So I was 2 wins, 2 losses after 4.
Sorry.
Over to you.
My game 4 was against the lovely David Whitaker. He was a really nice man. He brought a similar force to yours, an Angmar force. He had the Dwimmerlake, he was on a horse though.
Okay.
He had the Shade in there, he had the Shaman. He didn't have the banner or the cave troll, but he spammed it with, I think there was
He had more orcs, a barrel
more
white,
orcs, a Barrow White, yeah, Barrow White was in there.
4 or 5 spectres.
4 or 5 spectres. He did a really nice dwarf spectre, which I really liked. So yeah, I've always had trouble playing against your Angmar force. So I was like, oh, here we go.
When we've practiced, it's been the cave troll, the Dwimmerlake, the Shade.
Yeah.
Twins are dead, and they just mop at the rest.
Yeah.
That's how I can.
So I tried to think, how am I going to try and sort this out? Because the Shade always messes me up for some reason. So I decided.
It messes most people up.
Yeah. So I decided to split my force, which I never normally do. So I think we had like just some orc tents in the middle.
Yeah,
so
from what I can remember, you had
yeah.
some huts and everyone was kind of just down.
Yeah, so I had the majority of my force, the normal captain and the twins going up in the middle with most of the warriors. The leader and all my bowmen went off to the side.
Ah.
Because I think he had like 4 or 5 orc bowmen as well. So I thought,
right.
and he told me at the beginning, they managed to kill 8 wood elves in the previous game. So I was like, if that happens again, I'm going to be really annoyed. So I'm going to kill them straight away. I managed to, I don't think I took too many out with shooting, to be honest. I think I took 3 or 4 out with shooting as I went round. In the middle though, he was winning the fights,
yeah,
but he couldn't wound.
Okay.
He paralysed my normal captain very early on, so he was down for most of the game. But he was always supported, so he was fine for most of it.
Oh, okay.
Coming around the other side, if I'm going to do anything in this game, I need to break him. So my leader went in, managed to kill a few guys, still held back a little bit. And then I managed to break through, so there was a gap.
Oh.
Which, when I play against you, is scary.
Yeah, if my force is very good on a battle line, but if you manage to split it,
yeah,
and then the Shade, the Banner, and the Shaman can't all work in conjunction, so it's
and because it was quite a big area that I'd split him around him, he didn't know where to put his Shade.
Ah.
So he brought his Shade towards the twins in the middle,
yeah,
just to try and negate them from
yeah,
doing heroic combats and stuff. So on this side, I was managed to kill some stuff and break through.
Yeah.
Over the next few rounds of combats, some of these guys started dying.
Yeah.
Spectre tried to get away with spear supports. I think only 1 courage test failed in the whole game.
Wow. What, from the fell light?
From the fell light.
Oh wow.
I think because he had 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So he was doing that every turn.
Oh,
And I think 1 or 2.
I do have to get myself some.
1 or 2 failed. So I was really happy about that, because if those spear supports went there, I'd have been broken so easily.
Yeah.
So when I broke him through the gap, he started to panic.
I see.
But in the end, he did manage to kill a fair few of mine. I think on the last turn, I had the charge on him. So
Yeah.
the twins were able to come through and charge models. I think I needed to kill...
Did you get to the Shade?
No. I left the Shade, to be fair.
Fair enough.
just because if I charge, most of his guys were on the floor anyway from previous
I
charges.
see.
So I just charged the guys in on 2 if I could.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to die. I was broken anyway, I think,
Yeah.
at this point. But I had to kill, I think it was about 8 models on the last turn.
Okay.
And the fights favoured me because I could choose where I wanted them. I think I managed to kill 6. So I was so close to breaking him.
Oh. Was he about 43 models? I think?
He had a lot of models. Again, it was just all the back line and to the side that I managed to kill. I can't remember what the score was. It must have been very close because he broke me.
Yeah.
Neither of you had a
2-0.
No, 2 or 3-0 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was very, very close. No wounds on leaders or anything like that. It was just literally breaking.
So literally like 3-0.
Yeah, literally break it 3-0.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a loss for me. So we were both on
Both 2 and
2, but you had a big victory point difference.
Yeah, I was.
You was
about plus 20, I think, at this point.
I was probably about minus
You got minus 15.
minus 15, 16 something at this point. So I was the lower end of the 2 and 2. You were the upper end of the 2 and 2.
Yes, that was.
And we were very tight at this point.
Because we started playing at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, and then it was
By this point, it was about 8 o'clock.
4 games. No, later than that. It must have been because it was 4 games going in.
It was about 8 o'clock, I think, because
8
we had
o'clock,
another
was it?
3 hours of games after that. No,
No.
it
We
was
had one
about
game left.
10 o'clock.
This was probably close to 11.
10, half 10.
Because we didn't finish too late.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very tight at this point.
So, game 5.
Game 5.
Which started at about 11:15.
Very late.
11:15, something like that.
Very late for a final game.
Yeah, very late. And I was playing Alessandro, who had a similar-ish force to Hector, but no dwarves, a bit of Lake Town instead.
Okay.
So he had Old Thranduil, Galadriel, Alfred, and did he have another captain? I don't think so. I think that was it.
Yeah.
But he had some Galadrim, he had some Wood Elves, he had a couple of Galadrim Court.
Okay.
He had obviously some Lake Town. It's kind of a bit of everything. And it was Lords of Battle.
Yes.
Game 5.
So kill.
Just kill. And I was thinking, right, good, it's Galadriel. Alfred was my main issue right at the start. Because of his will, and I didn't want any more might to anyone. And luckily, he rolled a 1 for deployment.
So he had to come up.
So he had to come right close. And then, obviously, everything of mine was as high up as it could get. The Dormer Lake was a position so I could get to Alfred. And I think he won priority first turn. And he didn't use Alfred's will straight away, which was obviously perfect for me. So I went in, sack-willed him straight away, completely out of the game, because that was something out of the way. And then by turn 3 or 4, Galadriel had no might and no will again.
That early on? Wow.
Yeah, you just sack-will, and if they try and channel... he had a Stormcaller. He had a Stormcaller.
Okay.
I knew he had one of them because he tried to call winds on the Dwimmer Lake using 3 dice, but I don't think he realised that if one of them doubled up, he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He threw 3 at it, and 2 of them doubled up, so it didn't happen. So his Stormcaller was just another Galadriel.
Just another model in the way.
But because of Thranduil's Elven Cloak, couldn't get to him to cast Sapwell. And first turn he put a channeled Aura of Dismay.
Okay.
So everything within 12 causes terror.
Okay.
Which was... And I failed Channeled Fury.
Oh no!
I failed Channeled Fury. So, it was Courage Test for Orcs, Courage Test for the Troll.
Oh no.
Like, I would have had to do it anyway, but it was annoying. And then, so the German Lake ended up, so he started on the left, Satward Alfred, Satward Galadriel, got all of that, and then flew over to the right to try and stay out of Galadriel's range,
Yeah.
because by this point she's casting one dice every turn. And hit the far line and tried to throw some down the line, but it didn't quite work and everything like that. So we met in a kind of at an angle.
Okay.
So he kind of gradually folded in on each other. And then he brought up Thranduil. Oh yeah, and then he, what did he do? He Nature's Wrath, I think. Yeah, he Nature's Wrath, obviously on with Thranduil. Also cast for 6. And there with the Shade, or the Dwimmerlake, who was by this point low on will, and I didn't resist, so the Dwimmerlake fell, everything fell. Shielded and got up again. By this point he'd moved Galadriel out of 12 of the Dwimmerlake.
Okay.
So he was just immobilising my troll every turn, because it wasn't next to the Dwimmerlake. Which in the future I should pair them.
Yeah.
But it didn't quite work out. So the lines met and there was killing on both sides, and eventually I broke and he was very close to breaking. I think he was very, very close to breaking. I can't remember whether he killed the Dwimmerlake or not, but I ended up with a 22-20 loss. So another loss, but another really close loss, and something where I needed to get a 3 or a 4 on 2 dice and didn't. So it was very frustrating, but I think I may have broken or something, or I got 20 kills because I took Alfred and his fate off.
Yeah.
I took the Stormcaller off, I think.
That's 2 points. Yeah.
So it was very, very close. I think he won because he broke me. Otherwise, it would have been 19-20 to me. It was very, very frustrating. But so finished at 1 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah, very, very late.
And it was 3 losses by a total of 11 VPs, a 4, a 5, and a 2.
So you were at 2 and 3, but with a
very high victory point difference.
So my game 5 was against Thijs de Jong, from Holland.
Team Holland.
Was
it Team Holland or Rotterdam White Scars? One of the two.
I think they were the White Scars. Yeah, I think it was White Scars. Yeah. So he brought sort of a new Mirkwood sort of list. So he had Legolas from Desolation of Smaug, so he had his elven cloak.
Yeah.
He had Thranduil on horse.
5 armies on Thranduil? Choppy Thranduil, I always thought.
Yeah, it was Choppy Thranduil.
No spells.
Yeah, it was on horse, not elk, so.
Yeah.
But it was on horse. But it was a converted one, so it was DOS model.
Oh yeah,
on horse.
The really calm one.
Yeah, because he was. I think he won that in the painting competition as well. Yeah, he won a lot in the painting competition.
No, it wasn't. It was the Sebastian from Norway. I saw something on Facebook.
Oh yes, it was. Sorry,
Thijs won the
display
diorama board.
Yes, yeah. So we brought Thranduil, Legolas, and Gandalf the Grey on horse.
Yeah.
With Mirkwood Cav and Mirkwood guys with glaives. We had a Harad board, so we had the buildings in each corner. Obviously, they had the stairs you could get up on top and shoot, which was what I did. First turn, I managed to kill Gandalf's horse. He didn't put blinding light up yet, so I managed to kill Gandalf's horse off straight away. And I think, no, that was it. Just pushed the horse the first turn. Next turn, he put channel blinding light up straight away. After that, I think it just pretty much became a shoot-off between Legolas and my guys for a couple turns. He managed to kill both my captain's horses and 2 of my archers.
Yeah.
And even with blinding light, I think I still managed to kill 2 of his guys.
Oh, good effort.
After that, lines clash. I thought, get the archers down. They climbed down the stairs, came on the back of his cavalry, which I managed to pick out quite quickly actually. I was surprised. He came around.
How many do you have?
4 or 5? Wasn't many.
Oh wow.
But he came around the one side with Thranduil. I just had normal guys there, just tying them up. Still managed to kill 3 or 4. Oh yeah, from that side and 2 managed to get into the middle. So I was quite happy with that because horses count as more victory points.
Yes, they do.
I think, after that it just came a slugfest. We managed, killed, every combat I won, I killed, every combat he won, he killed.
Yeah.
And that went on for 2 or 3 turns. I managed to break him because his numbers are quite low compared to mine. Didn't feel any courage test, but I managed to trap Gandalf with the twins and some spear guys.
Oh, wow.
Caused 2 wounds.
Ooh.
Actually, I was annoyed at.
Gandalf is leader?
No, Legolas was his leader because he had his elven cloak and hiding away. Yeah, Legolas was at the back of the board, hiding under one of the buildings. But yeah, I managed to cause 2 wounds on Gandalf, which was really annoying because the last fate roll, he failed, but obviously he rolled it.
Yeah.
And he survived. I don't think he managed to do anything to my leader or anything like that, but leader points don't count, so I think we finished quite early on. I think we finished with about an hour, because I came over and watched a bit of your game, didn't I? We finished within about an hour, and the final score, I won 22-20. So I was another very close game.
And at the end of a very long day.
A very, very long day. I think what saved me in that game was the fact that he had cavalry. If those guys weren't on horses, it would have been, I would have lost by 3 or 4 points.
Because he would have had a couple more guys, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so I was on 3-2.
3 wins, 2 losses.
So I exceeded my target in the first day.
Yeah, and two wins and 3 losses for me.
Yeah.
Which we didn't think at the start of. When we played these armies against each other.
No. All our practice games was just against
each other. Really.
Each other's armies here.
Yeah.
And every time your army came out on top and I got pretty much smashed it each time. so when we came at the end of the games
we were very happy. I couldn't complain with the 3 losses. It came down to dice.
Yeah, and I was ecstatic. It was late at night, so if it was been a bit earlier, I'd have gone and celebrated a little bit.
I had a few beers.
Yeah, but at this point it was nearly 1 o'clock in the morning.
And we just wanted to get to bed.
And we had another game in the morning, plus doubles the next day, so we went to bed. Get ready for game 6 the next day. So, game 6.
After a lovely night's sleep.
Well, not for me, but
No, after a good night's sleep, we came down and it was about 10:30. First game start, wasn't it?
Yeah, so not too early.
Not too early at all.
No.
And I was playing Tom Jennings, again of the old Toby. I can't remember which half of the old Toby he was, but he had Fibble, Yazneg, and a Hunter Orc captain, all on Warg, with Hunter Orcs with bits and pieces, and Birder. Which I thought was a nice little touch.
Oh wow!
Which is cool.
So you had 4 heroes?
Yeah, 4 heroes. But they're I think they're 50, 60 points each. Something like that.
Yeah,
maybe 70 or more, so it wasn't too bad, and then he just filled out with Hunter Orcs. He had 3 full warbands of Hunter Orcs and Birder.
And this was domination.
This was domination. So I deployed right on the front line with everything pretty much, and then he did pretty much the same. And I walked up to the centre line, or just over the centre line, and he decided to have 1 round of shooting at me. And then turn 2 came, and he was like, "I don't want to just stand and shoot all day. I want to get stuck in." So
fair play.
Fimble was his leader.
Okay.
So the lines formed up. There was a bit of a hobbit hole, a tree, and then just open. Between the hobbit hole and the tree, I had some orcs, and the cave troll was just in front of this tree. The shade was the other side of the tree. The shaman was under the tree, and the banner was next to the troll.
Okay.
And then some more orcs and the drum lake on the far end. So he, what did he do? He charged the cave troll with Fimble, and he charged the Hunter Orc captain into the end of the line, or the Dwemer Lake.
Right.
And so I couldn't get any spells off. He struck with both, but the shade was in range of both.
Okay.
So Fimmel rolled. What did Fimmel roll? Fimmel rolled a 6, so went to a 5, and I rolled a 5 with the cave troll and the spear support. He went, I've won. I went,
There you go.
wait, shade to take it from a 6 to a 5. And then I went, my banner's next to me.
Oh no.
Banner reroll, get the 6, get the win. He's high fight, it doesn't matter, cave troll.
Yeah.
So I throw Fimble. This is turn 2. Turn 2. I threw Fimble through 500 orcs
Oh no.
and Yazneg.
Oh no.
Yazneg loses his Warg. The 5 Hunter Orcs, needing 5s to wound the Hunter Orcs with strength 3s, roll 5 dice. All of them are 5s or 6s.
Oh.
All 5 died, which was just amazing.
Jeez.
And then Fimble got thrown through all of them and died.
Yeah.
And at that point I asked him, who was your leader? And he went, Fimble. And I was like, okay then. I didn't even mean to, but I just launched his leader and killed him.
Wow.
Then same round, same turn, threw the Hunter Orc Captain, through another 5, who are in combat with my front line of orcs.
Okay.
The Hunter Orc Captain died. None of the Hunter Orcs died.
Ah, makes
So it
makes up for
really
it.
evened itself out, which was just hilarious. So then it went on. His birder, he charged across to my cave troll.
Okay.
By this point, Yazneg was just hiding in the back. And the rest of the orcs were just fighting each other, and I was killing more than he was killing me. Because the shade obviously helped, and I had banner, even though it was 2 attacks by spear supports. His birder charged cave troll and lost again, and I threw birder. I think I may have caused 1 wound, maybe none,
Okay.
but I threw him, he was on the ground.
Nice.
So next turn, I won priority. By this point, I don't think I need might. So I won priority. Dwarmalake transfixed Birder, or transfixed immobilised Birder, and he was on the floor.
Oh no.
Birder on the floor, transfixed. In comes the Dwarmalake and kills him that turn. And by this point, I was whittling down everything. I'd taken 2 back early on to get to the objective markers. And so then he ended up having 3 on the far objective, Yazneg and 2 on another objective, and 3 just left in the middle. The 3 on the far right objective all ran away
I was going
over
to
the
say,
space
yeah.
of 2 or 3 turns. So then the last turn, charged the Dwarmalake over, take that objective. In the end, it all happened very, very fast. The game was over within 50 minutes.
Wow.
600-point game in 50 minutes.
That's quick.
It was unbelievable. And I went 18-3.
18-3, okay.
So I was 3-3 with plus 33 victory points.
So you were upper end of
So I
halfway.
was upper end.
Okay, that's cool.
So I think probably now I should tell you that I finished obviously 3-3 plus 33. I finished 57th out of 145.
So not where you wanted to be.
I was aiming for around the top 40 mark,
Yeah.
which I wasn't sure how many wins would need, but 57th I'm more than happy with. And I can't complain because the 3 games I lost, I didn't make many mistakes, it was dice rolls.
These dice rolls, you can't really...
And as you can see, there was 9 categories, one for each of the
factions. Yeah.
There was the Morin Angmar, Fallen Realms, Kings
So
of
all
the
the
Man,
source books,
all
yeah.
the Free Peoples, and Mordor. And then there was Hobbit Good, Hobbit Evil,
Allied
and
good.
then there was Allied Good, Allied Evil.
Yeah.
And I thought, after you losing to David Whittaker,
Yeah, his Angmar force.
that
Yeah.
his Angmar force might be quite high, and I didn't know any other pure Mordor Angmar forces around. And I actually won, which we were
Yeah.
both very surprised
Both
about.
recording the
Both
award
recording.
ceremony and your name
Yeah.
comes up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's me. So I got a lovely certificate signed by Mr. Clark himself, and a lovely gold leaf for Florian,
Very nice.
which would be very nice. So one of my plans in the future is to make a little display board for
Yeah,
them.
definitely.
So yeah, I had a great end
Yeah.
to singles.
My game 6 was against Joe Wilcock, very nice young man. He brought a pure Isengard force. He had a captain as his leader, obviously shield, heavy armour.
Yeah, fantastic.
A shaman with armour.
Vrasku?
And Vrasku, yes.
Yeah.
And then he had a mixture of crossbows, just a few pikemen, and then I think it was about 8 berserkers.
Oh dear.
And then a couple wild riders just
really?
Just to make up.
Oh, for objectives and
objectives,
places,
yeah. So yeah, domination. I set up quite far back, as did he, because we both had relatively decent shooters. We thought we'll try and do this for a couple turns. Don't think it worked out for either of us. I managed to get 2 wounds on Vrasku.
Oh wow.
But his leader was the captain, but I thought a bit for Vrasku anyway.
Yeah,
just
save on the fate?
Yes.
Vrasku's hitting power though is unbelievable.
Yeah, so I thought I'd try and get him out of the way. His shooting back was dreadful.
Was it?
He rolled them all together, all his crossbows and Vrasku.
Yeah.
Vrasku's dice were always like 1s and 2s.
Wow.
So I thought, you can use Mike? No. So yeah, I think he killed maybe 3 of my guys that were moving up towards the middle. And I managed to get 2 wounds on Vrasku and maybe take out a couple of berserks, I think. So that was alright shooting for me, I thought, but his crossbows didn't really perform. Yeah. Obviously I was moving up as well, because I could. Again, left a couple of guys back for the objectives and still take some shots if I needed to.
That's right, you've got bowmen, so it makes sense.
Yeah. And then his line wasn't moving forward towards the middle as I was. I was like, oh, okay then. So I sort of split the force, because he had just a big line across the middle, so I split and took the edges off. At this point he moved his captain back to his objective,
because
keep him out of the way.
When I came over, you'd managed to get one of your captains right way up to the top.
Somehow,
your captain was hiding. And
yeah. So yeah, on the side you had 2 wild riders on one side, so I sent just a warband, the normal captain's warband over there.
Yeah.
Wild riders took out relatively easily. I think it was 2 turns actually I took them out, because one of the wargs stuck around after I killed him.
Right.
Obviously he had berserkers there as well.
Yeah.
Berserkers again didn't perform for him, so that side of the board went down pretty easy. So that's how I got my captain to the far objective.
Oh, I see.
On the other side were the twins, and they were just heroic combat and trying to get through as many berserkers and pikemen as they could. They did quite well, not as well as they should have done. They wasted a couple heroic combats. 1 each, I think. Just not killing enough. I think they went down on 2. There's been 2 pikemen or 2 crossmen and just couldn't kill both of them. I think by around the hour mark, we'd just broken each other.
I was going to say, it was very fragmented when I came over.
Where everything was all over the place. He sent a couple more guys. He sent Vrasku back to help his captain on the objective with mine. With that one, my captain just shielded all the time, just to try and take away a couple victory points. He managed to stick around for the whole game, so we only got.
You got one for wound.
I think no.
Did you take a wound?
I think I killed Vrasku. So over there, it was contested that objective.
Oh, right.
My leader was stayed back over in my far corner, staying on the objective.
He was behind the building.
Behind the building,
Okay.
in range of the objective, so he was fine. His other objective on his side, I decided to try and keep the twins there, to try and take that, because the middle one was always going to be contested, the way it was laid out. He then decided to move a couple of berserkers over to my left objective. I was like, oh, what's going on here? I still had a few archers, so I thought, I might be able to take them out with shooting. Nope. Managed to get 2 guys over. 1 archer managed to kill the berserker that was on the objective. So I held that one, held my other one, contested the far one. I then, the far one actually, he had 2 models, I had 1.
Yeah.
So he got the points there. His other one with the twins, I managed to kill everything around because everything had gone to the middle. So I left one twin there. The other one came back to try and take it down. We still had about 15 minutes left. I think he managed to kill 4 of the guys, including the shaman. So yeah, in the middle, managed to get the shaman out of the way and a few other guys. I pushed some more guys up to try and contest, but in the end, he outnumbered me and had that objective. So yeah, I think in the end, I won by 12 points to 8, which
4 wins.
Put me on 4 wins and 2 losses.
4 wins and 2 losses.
Which I was ecstatic about.
3 and 3 for me. Award. Both very, very happy with the weekend's performance.
I think, so I came 41st. 41st. Again, 3rd or 4th in the free people's category. Again, I thought I'd be lower down, so I thought there'd be more armies from that, especially more Hobbit armies sort of thing.
I suppose with armies like that, you ally in a wizard.
It's true. Still free people.
Yeah, but I don't know whether it's pure for this or I'm not sure exactly how James did it.
No, actually, but still 3rd or 4th out of 3 people's, 41st overall. I couldn't ask for more, to be honest.
Very, very happy with our weekend's performance.
Yeah, definitely.
So we will catch you in another video for part 2, where we will talk about our doubles.
Our epic doubles.
Epic doubles.
Some of you may already know what happens, but yeah.
It was so much fun.
It's a good one.
So we'll see you soon, guys.
See you.